Hello and welcome back. Susan Zumo here, intuitive and originator of soul patterning harmonics. August has been a roller coaster, hasn't it? Have you been feeling emotional this past week? I don't know anyone, including myself, who hasn't had some kind of emotional experience this week. Some type of emotional impact or emotions coming up to be looked at, to be dealt with, and most importantly, to be felt. We are going to see a lot more of this as we finish riding out the month of August and as we start to come down from the energies of the Lionsgate activation, right? So we are starting to feel the Lionsgate energy start to wane, start to pull back or recede or diminish, whatever word you want to put on it. And as that happens, we feel a shift. We start to settle into that shift that we made back in early August. For some of us, it might feel like a letdown. For others of us, it might feel like getting comfortable, getting settled into our new frequency pattern, which can be absolutely wonderful. In addition to that, of course, we still have Mercury retrograde saying, let's go back and look at some things and see what we want to do with them. So in the next week or so, you're going to find that there will be lots of revisiting of experiences and emotions that we have had in the past. And it will be a good opportunity for us to dismiss them, to release them, to recognize that we don't need to experience them and that we don't need to go through those emotions or have those emotions anymore. And of course, I'm talking about fear emotions. I'm talking about that adrenaline spike and that jump when that emotional hit comes in. So it may be an outside event that spikes that emotion. It could be something internal as well. But whatever it is for you, you'll have the opportunity to take a look at it and to work through it and let it go. And when I say work through it, what I mean is recognize, do I still need this emotion? Do I still want to experience this emotion? So my intuition, my guys talked to me a lot this week about emotion because just like everyone else, I experienced emotions as well. And we talk a lot about neutral emotions. We talk a lot about not getting caught in negative emotions. Well, what I heard very clearly was that emotions are access points for us to release emotional pockets within us that are no longer needed. The other thing I heard, which really kind of intrigued me, was that emotions generate a frequency, which is a color. And they said your emotions are connected to each of the 7 major chakras in the body. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know that it's a one-to-one correlation to say that, the emotion of stating a declaration is the same exact color and frequency as your throat chakra. But they encouraged me to investigate that for myself and see what I thought about it. So I'm just going to give it to you and let you play with that. So emotions are colors, are chakras. We know they're frequencies. And some of the frequencies we would like to dwell in less than others. So I was encouraged to feel comfortable and to embrace all of my emotions. And I love their analogy. They said, well, it's like ice cream flavors, right? You might have 52 of them, but there are some that you really like more than others, and some that you go for more than others. And you just want to make sure that the ones that you favor are the ones that you actually like. And it may be time to change your flavor palette and the emotions that you like to hang out in. So I thought that was a pretty good analogy. It made me snicker a little bit. They reminded me that we are to celebrate our humanity, that we are created with our soul spirit in alignment with Creator Source. And so we are not just a vehicle here that are enlivened with a spirit that is much higher than the body that we exist in. What they told me and what they reminded me of is that the ascension is taking place in humanity. It's not taking place in spirit. Yes, they are assisting those who are in spirit only. They are assisting the ascension, but they are not the ascension. We are. You have to have a body to be in the ascension at this time that the planet is going through. The planet is solid. The animals are solid. The plants are solid. We are solid. So your body is a wonderful example of your spirit expressing itself and facilitating the grand shift on this planet. And they wanted to remind me, and they wanted me to remind you of this fact, because we tend to want to get out of the body, escape the body, complain about the body, right? All of those things. They said that there are unexplored parts within the physical vehicle, they called it a vehicle, that we have yet to discover, and that we should embrace our humanity and understand how powerful our humanity is and how precious it is. It's not something to be trifled with or ignored. It doesn't mean that we're going to become hedonistic or narcissistic. It means that we are going to celebrate our humanity and investigate and invest in all the different ways that humanity is unique. They couldn't have stressed any more that we are all completely unique in every single way. And I thought that was a really good thing to remember. We tend to think, and I do too, that I'm just like everybody else. But we're not. We are all individually ourselves. We are unique, and we are absolutely fantastic. And so embrace who you are. Embrace your emotions, right? Don't wallow around in them, but don't pretend that they're not there. Don't ignore them. Don't hide from them. Don't wallow in them, but have balance in them. As I was going through my emotional hit and the adrenaline was spiking and my heart was racing, I actually had a part of me that stood back and went, wow, look at that. Look at that reaction that you're having. You know you're going to be okay. You know everything's going to be fine, and you know you're going to work through it and it'll resolve itself. But if you want to go ahead and have that emotional experience, go ahead and have it. And so I did. And then I released it. And then I was at peace for the rest of the evening. And I thought that was a fantastic lesson that I was given on experiencing emotion and then balancing and releasing it. So you don't want to repress your emotions. And why are we talking so much about emotion? Because that's going to be the theme for the rest of this month. As we move through the last week of August, as we start to come to Mercury direct, as things start to shift into the fall frequencies and the planet starts to reach some nexus points, and so will humanity coming up in September, and events start to really snowball, we need to allow ourselves to experience the emotions we're experiencing, look at them honestly, and then ask ourselves if we choose to stay in them or to balance them. Whatever we choose is going to be a wonderful learning for each of us individually, and it's going to impact the world. They keep saying all the time, have more of an impact on the universe, on humanity, on one another than we can ever imagine. We don't usually think that way. We think it's just little old me sitting at home doing my thing, not having too much of a hit on the universe, right? Well, that's completely untrue. And so we want to enjoy ourselves. Live in the emotions that we love. Be in joy. Be happy. Do you know that the best revenge on everything that is being done to us at this moment is to live a happy life, to enjoy yourself, to not succumb to depression and despair and give up. That's what a revolutionary is right now. How's that for a new definition? I thought that was pretty neat. So I hope that you enjoy your emotions in the week coming up. And I hope that you remember to celebrate your humanity, because we don't know all of what we are capable of. They kept saying there are so many things that you can do as a human that you are not awake or aware to as of today, but you will discover them. And I found that to be extremely exciting, and I hope you do too. So let's be human. Let's laugh, let's cry, let's play, let's sing, let's uplift, and let's have a great time doing it. So from one human to another, I hope you have a fantastic week, and I wish you many blessings. Oh, and by the way, thanks so much for watching the videos and commenting and chatting with me in the comments. I just love it. I really appreciate that. Thank you again.